Yo! What is up, guys? We are back. And it is finally time to relaunch the Forbiddencraft server. I know a lot of people have been waiting eagerly for this, and I'm happy to announce that as of right now, the server is back up and live as of recording this. I will be live streaming on the server later today. Please do make sure you're there, especially if you're somebody who plays on the server, because if you want to get your login bonus, you're going to have to tune in during that live stream. That being said, the server is back up and running, and I want to do a quick recap of all of the features that have been implemented in this update, as well as some of them I initially planned on being available in this update, but due to some complications will be coming at a later date instead, as well as an event that's actually going on the server right now. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I have some talking points here over on the side, so hopefully I won't forget anything. But first and foremost, I am doing a stay-at-home event on the server because we have this whole coronavirus thing going on and people need to stay their ass home. So, stay your ass home, play yourself some Minecraft, and get yourself some nice loot while you're at it. During this event, which will be running from today, March 26th, to April 16th, bosses will be 30% more likely to spawn. Mob drops will be tripled during blood moons. So you'll have some potential to get really good loot during that. Because during blood moons normally, the mobs drop really good loot. It's not just rotten flesh and shit. They'll drop like lapis, various ingots. On rare occasions, they might even drop a totem of undying. Like, you're gonna get some good stuff from that. But they're tripled during this event, so you're really gonna get some good stuff from that. But on top of that, the elite mobs rare loot table, not their entire loot table, just the rare loot, has been changed now to guarantee that if you get a rare drop off of an elite mob, it will be diamond or chainmail tier items only during this event. So, no wood, no stone, no iron or gold. It's going to be either diamond or chainmail during this event. So that's going to be really good as well for a lot of people. And on top of that, there have been 10 battle towers that have been placed somewhere in the overworld. Even I don't know where they are, so it's not like I can go out and find them, because even I don't know where they are. So, there are 10 battle towers somewhere in the overworld. If you manage to find one and fight your way to the top of the tower, there will be a chest full of very rare loot, some of those items are one-of-a-kind items, meaning that they are the only one of their kind on the server, if you get lucky enough to find one. That being said, that's everything going on with the stay-at-home event. The battle towers will be available after the event if nobody finds them. But as far as the rest of the buffs for this event, those will all go back to normal after April 16th. So, stay your ass home, play yourself some Forbiddencraft, we'll have a good time. That being said, moving forward, all of the new stuff that has been implemented in this update that is available in some way, shape, or form right now, we have portable beacons. Now, portable beacons, as of right now, cannot be crafted. You have to find them. And I will have events later on down the line for them as well. But there are portable beacons on the server. If you find one, you can use it, and so long as it's in your inventory, you will get whatever beacon effect that particular one has, indefinitely. So if you find one that has regeneration, you will have permanent regeneration if it's in your inventory. So if you find one that has haste, you'll have permanent haste so long as it's in your inventory. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do with that. But as of right now, they cannot be crafted. You have to find them, and they are very rare. So be on the lookout for that. Lava rain is a new weather condition where it rains lava instead of, water. This weather condition does not cause fires or damage to blocks, but it will damage all entities that are in it. So players, animals, mobs will be damaged by it. And it is a very rare occurrence that if it is raining, there is a slim chance that instead of regular rain, it will be lava rain. So be on the lookout for that. On top of that, we have grappling hooks. Now, the grappling hook item, again, as of right now, cannot be crafted. It will be an item exclusive to loot chests and events. That's it. There are multiple different versions of the grappling hook that all do the same thing, but there's an unlimited version of the grappling hook that has unlimited durability, so it'll never break. And then there's various other versions that have limited amounts of durability. Anybody who played the Forbiddencraft 3.0 beta has already received an infinite grappling hook. And anybody who tunes in during my live stream later today will receive a grappling hook with 300 uses, as well as a few other items to get you started with this update. So again, if you play on the server, you're going to want to tune in for that. That being said, moving forward, we have blood moons, which we talked about a little bit earlier, but blood moons, which happen every 15 Minecraft days. And during a blood moon, mobs get all sorts of various buffs, as well as their loot tables get changed to various items. So blood moons are very dangerous, but if you're willing to put in the effort, you can get some really good loot from it, especially during this event that we have going right now. So that happens every 15 Minecraft days, and you can check when the next blood moon is going to be at any given time with a simple command. But on top of that, we have full moons as well, which is slightly different. A full moon happens every 9 Minecraft days, and will also buff mobs, but in different ways, and also change their loot tables in different ways. Again, this is a really good opportunity if you're willing to put in the effort to get some decent drops. Or you can just, bunker down at your base until the event is over. That being said, we also have craftable sponges now. Sponges can be crafted, and on top of that, sponges can now be used to absorb water or lava. They can be used for both now. So that is potentially very useful. On top of that, we have guns, grenades, and lightsabers that have been added to the server. However, during this time, we have limited crafting accessibility for these items until further notice. There is a glitch right now that is preventing other players from accessing the crafting menu for these items. So until I fix that, if you want to craft any of these items, you will have to come find me in-game and give me the necessary materials to craft them, and I will craft them for you, and then give you the item. That's how it's going to have to work for right now until I figure out what's causing that glitch and fix it. So, a little unfortunate there, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. Spawn eggs can now be obtained in survival by throwing a chicken egg at the desired mob that you want a spawn egg of. Now, there are a few things to note here. One, certain mobs this will not work on at all, and depending on which mob you're trying to get, there are different chances of success. For example, I believe creepers are like a 2% chance, whereas like a zombie villager, I think, is like a 45% chance or something like that. So depending on what creature you're trying to capture, there will be different success rates for that. Additionally, if you manage to capture an elite mob, the elite mob will maintain its level after being caught. So if you caught a level 37 elite zombie with a chicken egg, you will get a level 37 elite zombie spawn egg, and when you use that spawn egg, it will spawn a level 37 elite zombie. So elite mobs will maintain their level if you capture them via this method. So that's important to note. Also, for a limited time, you will be able to change pre-existing spawners in the game with these spawn eggs. If you find a spawner that you want to change, all you have to do is right-click on it with the desired spawn egg, and it will change to a spawner of that variety. That will only be available for a limited time, so take advantage of that while you can. That being said, moving forward, we also have obsidian armor, tools, and weapons that can now be crafted. We also have smeltable armor, tools, and weapons, meaning that any of your armor, tools, or weapons that are iron, gold, or diamond, you will be able to smelt them in a furnace to obtain the crafting materials for them. You won't get, for example, if you're doing like an axe or a sword or anything like that, you will not get the sticks back. You will only get, let's say for example, you're doing a diamond axe, you will only get the diamonds back. You're not going to get the sticks as well. And how many you get back is determined by how damaged the item is. If you have a chest plate that is brand new and has no damage on it, and you smelt it, you will get back all of the items used for it. Whereas if it's damaged, it will scale down depending on how damaged it is. So again, that's a nice little way, especially if you have a bunch of rare loot that you've gotten off of elite mobs, you can smelt them to get ingots and stuff. So there's a lot of uses for that. So do keep that in mind. In addition to that, we also have 8 new mobs in the Nether. The Nether overall is a very dangerous place now, so if you're planning on going there, do go there prepared, because the Nether is very dangerous during this update. We have 8 new mobs in the Nether. We also have craftable elytras now. You can craft an elytra. And you can also create an armored elytra now. So the way you do this is if you have an elytra and you have, let's say you have an iron chest plate, you can take that elytra and the iron chest plate, put them in an anvil, and you will create an iron armored elytra. And that will work for all of the chest plates through leather all the way up to diamond. It is important to note that smeltable armor and armored elytras do not apply to the new obsidian armor tiers. So that is important to note there. But you can have all the way up to a diamond armored elytra via this method. So that's pretty useful. And basically all the armored elytra does is it gives you all the functionality of an elytra, but also gives you the armor benefits of whatever chestplate you combine it with. On top of that, the nether can now decay over time. And what I mean by that is there are literal chunks of the nether that will fall apart and change over time, meaning that the overall shape of the nether is constantly changing throughout the gameplay, meaning that there may be some areas of the nether that you used to be able to access easily that now maybe part of the ceiling fell and blocked that pathway, and now you have a harder time getting there. Or maybe you might be walking on something and then the floor gives out underneath you. The entire nether will constantly be changing over time. And I thought this was a very unique and interesting little implementation there. But it does make the nether much more dangerous and much harder to navigate. So do keep that in mind. That being said, we also have faster load times for nether portals. This will vary depending on a lot of different factors. Depending on how many people are on the server, what your ping to the server is. There's a lot of variables there, but overall, the nether portals should be just a little bit faster load times than they were previously. We'll have to test that further when we get a bunch of people on the server. But just testing it on my own, they do load noticeably quicker. That being said, we also have the new KFC chicken item, not sponsored by KFC, which can be crafted with 9 cooked chicken. So it is kind of expensive to craft. However, it will heal 60% of your hunger bar and will give you regeneration for about 4 seconds after using it. So it's kind of like a poor man's golden apple. I feel like people will find a lot of uses for that, and I thought it was worthwhile. That being said, we also have an auto eating mechanic now, which if you have food in your inventory that does not give status effect and is not raw, because this will not apply to raw foods or any foods that give status effect. But if you have any other food in your inventory that does not fall under those two categories, the game will actually automatically take that food out of your inventory to refill your hunger bar at the most optimal time to use those items. Now, this isn't exactly useful in all cases. For example, if you're in the middle of combat and you need to start regenerating real quickly, you might just want to eat the food manually so you can start getting that hunger back up. But in more casual scenarios, this will allow you to continue doing whatever it is you're doing without needing to stop what you're doing to eat food so you can continue going on. It's not particularly useful for combat scenarios, so you might want to do it manually in those specific instances. You can always just eat the food manually if you want. It's still up to the player if they want to use the food sooner. but there is an auto-eating mechanic now if you choose to use it. That being said, we also have 28 new enchantments. It's important to note that these enchantments can be found in chests via books, and they can also be found in enchantment tables. However, they are extremely rare in enchantment tables, so don't expect to find them easily. However, these 28 new enchantments are very useful, so you're going to want to get them the best you can. There's even an enchantment that allows you to move spawners as well, so that'll be very useful. That being said, we also have a new mini-game in the server town, which is sort of a battle royale mini-game, if you want to call it that. It's basically Spleef. If you're familiar with Spleef, that's basically what it is. So that's a thing you can play now on the server. And on top of that, we also have a bunch of additional content that I'm not going to specify that you can discover on your own on the server. So there is additional stuff. You'll have to figure it out on your own. There might be some new crafting recipes. There might be some other... I'm not gonna go over that, because I like the idea of having some stuff that you guys, get to discover on your own. So there is additional content as well in this update. So that's pretty much everything in this update. Now, if you've been paying attention to some of my previous reveals leading up to this release, you may notice there's a few features that I previously said were going to be in this update that I did not mention here. And those features are portable furnaces, easy open shulker boxes, meaning you can open the shulker box without having to place it on the ground, and death teleports, meaning that you're able to teleport to the last place you died at. All three of those features I initially planned on being part of this update. However, as of right now, they're not fully working properly, so they will be coming at a later date. So do stay tuned for that. But other than that, everything else I have mentioned here is available right now on the server. Now, it is important to note that when you first log into the server, it will prompt you to download a texture pack. You will not have to look for this texture pack. You won't have to hop on the internet and go find it. It'll simply have a thing that pops up on screen in-game, yes or no. If you click yes, it will automatically download that texture pack, one-click install, and it will automatically equip that texture pack whenever you log into the server, and unequip it whenever you log out of the server, meaning that you will still be free to use your other texture packs in other gameplay scenarios outside of the server just fine. Now, it's important to note that this texture pack is not required to play on the server. However, it is highly recommended because there are certain aspects of this update that will not appear properly in your gameplay if you do not have these texture packs. So do keep that in mind. But that being said, that's pretty much it for this update. I look forward to seeing what you guys think of all this. And one more thing, I will be adding additional content to the server every month from this point forward. So every month there will be a new content update for the server. Granted, It's not going to be nearly as big of an update as what we have here because I spent the past couple months working on this update. But every month there will be some form of new content available in the server, so do look forward to that. But for now, that is everything that you need to know for this update. All of the new content that is available, as well as some stuff that will be coming later on. And that's about it. So hopefully it was worth the wait. I will see all of you on the server later today. Again, make sure you tune in during that live stream because everybody who signs into the server during that live stream will receive a shulker box, a nether star, and a grappling hook with 300 uses when you log in during the live stream. So you're going to want to tune in for that. If you miss the live stream, you will not get those items. So do keep that in mind. But that being said, thank all you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and come on the comments. I'll see all you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.